Hey guys, today we're going to talk about trickle chargers on a Bentley. Now a lot of people think chargers or battery chargers are a bad thing, but they're not, they're actually good. Now on these kind of cars, the problem is they have two batteries, one which actually controls the startup process, another one which actually controls the electronic process or the electronic functionality. So just going to show you what kind of trickle charger I use and probably some benefits about why you should use a trickle charger, and probably try to explain a little bit about batteries. Not that I really know about batteries, so here goes. Here we are in the boot. So what we've got here is the actual trickle charger that I use. So it's a C-Tech one. Now the funny thing is, Bentley, if you actually go to Bentley, they use exactly the same. They use C-Tech chargers, which are an American brand, but Bentley just rebrand it Bentley, but essentially everything's the same. You can even look on eBay about this model number and you'll find it. Now the difference is here, you can see that it has the different charging cycles, so it shows you at what stage the battery's out when it's checking, but also trickle charging it as well. Additionally, you can see it has different modes, and we'll have a look at that in a second. But essentially with this, let's have a look here. Undo this one. So here you can see the main battery that powers all of the electronics. It's a big battery, you can see it's quite a large one. So that one retails at about £220, which is about $300. And you can see it's got a Volkswagen Group stick on it. So you can have a look at that. It says start stop battery, but this particular model doesn't have a start stop. But you can see some more of the details here if you did want to have a look and see, but it's quite easy to find out. You also have the fuse box up there. So that's the main battery, which does the powers all of the electronics. On this side, just undo these. Okay, so this battery here actually powers the startup process of the car. Your conventional battery or your conventional car normally has just one of these batteries which powers the startup and all the electronics, but in this case they have a separate battery which controls all of the startup process. But the actual trickle charger here actually powers or charges up all of this larger battery which controls the electronics. So let's plug it in and I'll tell you some more. Okay, now it's plugged in and you can see that it's right at the bottom at the moment now. It starts by default right at the bottom, and that's nothing to be worried about, and it'll slowly over the next few hours trickle charge up to full supply. Now AGM is different from your conventional battery, which is liquid contained like this conventional one. So AGM like this is a gel battery. The benefit of having a gel battery is that it has less moving parts and it's more stable and it has a denser charge, hence it takes a bit of time for it to start up in terms of the charging cycle, but it works very well in all kinds of temperatures. So I'm just going to leave that on. Now this one I actually bought from my the guy that I actually used to service my Bentley, which is Prasad's Motor in Sydenham, which is in London, and this was, I think it was £200. You can get a genuine Bentley one, but then that's going to cost you about £350-ish if you go to a main dealer. But this is exactly the same thing, so I'd recommend just looking up C-Tech and finding the correct model for your car. So literally that will just take, it will take a few hours to charge up. So there we go, that was pretty straightforward. Now the thing is, some people would like to leave their trickle chargers on for the entire day, or not, in fact, well, not in the entire day, but they like to just leave it on for the duration of when they got the car parked up, and when they drive they switch it off. Now some people prefer that, some people don't. I don't prefer that. I just put it in intermittently because I drive it about twice a week. But the problem is, if you don't drive it more than say once or twice a week, then I'd recommend having one of these and putting it in just to top everything up. Now the reason also about the second battery is, if you have a flat battery, i.e. if you have a flat smaller battery, all you do is put your key, your Bentley key, which is somewhere here, this key, which is a Volkswagen Audi key, you put it in the ignition, you turn it left once, and then you turn it right once. When you turn it left once, what that does is it looks to the secondary battery, the larger one which you put on trickle charge, and it takes the charge from there in order to power your startup motor. So again, push it to the left and then crank it to the right, and it will start your car up because it pulls it off the secondary battery. So that's just a tip in case you have problems with a flat battery, but it's charging up. And I guess we just leave it and see what happens. We'll actually know what happens because it'll be fine, but it's just about conditioning. And the problem with these AGM batteries, these gel batteries, is that you need to condition them compared to your ordinary, your usual liquid batteries, if that makes sense. Anyway, let me know if I got the science right. Actually, I didn't say any science, did I? Shit. Oh well, looks like it's gonna be a shit video then.